gentlemen of the media, reports from Wyoming East High School head coach Ryan Davidson, players Coley Tolliver, Abby Baker, and Kendall West. Coach, appreciate your comments about being thoughts and questions.
All right. So I've been on both sides of this, and it doesn't matter. It hurts. Right? It just does. James Monroe's a really good basketball team. We've known that all year. I mean, they were number one in the state for a reason, and you can't fake it for an entire season. And so much respect to them and what they're doing over there. Again, I've been in their shoes. And what they're doing right now is one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do, is to know that everybody picks you to win and you have to. It's hard. So, I want to congratulate them on the win. I also want to thank these three and everybody else in our locker room. Some groups are really special. And this group had a chance. They could have quit, because there was a spot in the middle of the season where, I'm being honest with you, we were pretty bad. And yet here we are. Special group.
Questions? A lot of offensive struggles, but third quarter's kind of been all year long where they sort of pulled away and 10-1 run to start it. Having seen them more than anybody, is there something that stands out that you see that just kind of gets them going in that frame?
Well, when I see them, the first thing I see is a lot of really, really tall girls that we're not. And at the end of the day, that matters. They're skilled. They do all the other stuff really well. But size matters. I mean, they were posting us with 3 different players. So I thought we fought. And they're good. They're well coached. And when your height has skill, well, that's an extra problem. If your height is not skilled, we can figure some stuff out. But when your length and size can put it on the floor, that's rough. And then I'm asking 5'5" to box out 6'1". It's a fight. But no, they're good. They're good. They deserve and earned everything they got.
You feel like that size kind of rushed you guys a little bit? I mean, it seemed like you were quick.
Sure.
At times, especially on your close shots. I mean, you were faster than normal.
Well, what happens is you take your eyes off the rim. You take your eyes off your target, and you're looking at the kid that's coming over at you. And that's layups, shots from the block, even some three-point shots we took. I think we lost our eye focus. Well, then when you try to find the rim late, well, that's rough. You usually end up missing left, right, short. So, yeah, for sure. Their length gave us a lot of trouble. It has all year. Every team we played that had length, we've struggled with it. But on the flip side of it, I think we really fought. I mean, there was no quit. They didn't quit. So as long as a coach, if your team gives effort and they give every single ounce they've got, what else can you ask for? I mean, you can't ask for anything more than that. A kid's diving on the floor and we're down 15, 20. There's no quit in this group. And that's why I know these two and Riley and those other seniors, they're going to be super successful in life. Because when things get hard and they've got to fight for a job, they're going to win. They're going to win. They're going to win in life because of the fight that they have in them.
I know you had mentioned trying to deny the entry passes specifically from player to player was a focal point. But, I mean, they shot 27 threes and only made one of them. Was that kind of game plan to make you shoot from outside? Or?
Yeah. I mean, I thought if we could keep them perimeter oriented that we could do some things, and obviously it worked. The problem is we would cause a bad shot or a rush shot, and then they'd rebound it. I mean, they were getting 2 and 3 shots every time down the floor. We got 1, and that's just the law of average says you're probably going to lose that at the end of the day, unless you can turn a team over enough to compensate for that. And again, we can't trap them because they just throw over top of us. So yeah, I think the plan was right, but sometimes you can do everything that you plan and things don't work out just because of DNA.
With this senior class graduating, it does bring close a chapter, for the first time in about 10 years, with bring back kids that haven't played in the state championship game, aren't all staters. I mean, just kind of reflect on what the last 10 years have been like with this group.
It's been special. I mean, you're talking about a 10-year run at a school with 380 students. That's 4A stuff, you know? And so, and it comes back to the work and what we think the culture is at Wyoming East. And, you know, teams better enjoy it right now because we're going to be back. I promise you, you're going to be talking to me again way sooner than what people think. So live it up, and you should. I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. Like I did. We enjoyed every bit of it, every second of it, and you better, because this stuff's cyclical. It's going to cycle. It just does. So I've enjoyed every single second of it, and I actually feel I'm happy for the other ones. Listen, we're making memories here, okay? And these are memories that we're going to, you know, it's a sad, but why shouldn't somebody else be allowed to have good memories also? That's the way it works. That's life. We can't hog the whole thing. We tried, but you can't do that. I mean, let's be happy for the people that are succeeding. We're supposed to be in this to see people succeed. Can't always be us. I think we're a success. I think we'll always be successful. But somebody else is allowed to succeed too. Why can't we let somebody else enjoy their time? I'm going to. Cheering for our region, baby. Let's go. All right.
Abby, can you just talk about ending every season of your career on this floor? I mean, you've had a couple of them end the way that you want to, and a couple of them that haven't. But there are a lot of kids statewide that never get to see that in their career. You've got to see it every year of your career.
I feel like it's a great accomplishment, and we've made it further than a lot thought we would this year. And I just think it's a good thing to be back every year.
Any further questions?
If I could, really quick, if you don't mind.
Absolutely, Coach.
I want to thank every one of you. You don't have to be here. You could do it from home, but you're here. It's a girls' basketball tournament, and you're here. All right? I think it's a testament of what this sport has grown into in West Virginia. I mean, look out there. That place there was a lot of people in the stands. So I think we need to thank you all for what you do, and because we appreciate it. There's 3 girls up here standing behind a microphone. That's pretty cool. All right? So thank you. Thank you all.
Thanks, Coach. Thank y'all for the information. That's cordial for y'all ladies, the rest of the team that are here as well. All righty, ladies and gentlemen of the media, we're with the victorious head coach from Monroe High School, Sherry Helvey, players Maya Dunlap, Lydia Dunlap, and Grayson Dawson. Coach, congrats on the win, just thoughts and interest questions.
Yeah. Well, we better not shoot like that tomorrow, huh? My thought is obviously know Ryan very well, know their team very well. I'm proud of Region 3. Look at us, We had two semifinal teams, and I think that's just excellent for Southern West Virginia. I'm so proud to be from there, and I thought our kids played really good defense today. I thought it was not the prettiest win, but, we're sitting here headed to the state championship after 2 years of coming up short in the semifinal. It really feels good right now.
Questions?
Coach, you talk about your bench contributions here tonight. Got a little bit of foul trouble. Gray came in, gave you 9, Tree gave you 8. Just talk about that.
Absolutely. I think it's been a strong suit for us. It was something, I think at the beginning of the game, I thought some of these kids that come off our bench would start for anybody, and Trinity always plays so well against them because of the size, and today I thought that her poise and under control was just phenomenal. Sometimes you see her get a little bit sped up, maybe take a shot that maybe I don't like, but today I thought she did so well. Gray came in and played great defense, really was active. And, with her, you can just tell if she's ready to play or not, honestly. When you see her in pregame, you either know she's locked in or she's going to not be. I don't really care for 0 of 5 because I know she could knock down I know she can shoot better than that from 3. So hopefully she's able to do that tomorrow. But the bench has always been our strong suit. I think for the last month and a half, it really has. And sometimes when Lyd gets in foul trouble, we don't do as well because maybe we're not rebounding or we're not able to execute in the paint. But Trinity was phenomenal tonight.
Earlier in the week, Lusk got loose and had a big game against Charleston Catholic, and so with the job Kendall did on her 5 steals in the first half, I think 6 overall. It just seemed like it frustrated them and just made anything hard for them to get into.
Well, like Kendall, we match her up with Abby. So for me, Kendall, I thought played, again, another wonderful defensive game. With the dribble handoffs and things like that, she was able to beat Abby to places that we haven't been able to do all season when we played them. And with Lusk, with Kendall, Monica's a natural, our matchup with her. But to be able to throw different things, like Grayson able to come in. Grayson's fought tooth and nail in practice. She knows what her deficit was this season, and it was defense. And to be able to come in and guard Kendall Lusk the way that she did was a big part of it too. And being able to throw Maya on her a couple times, and then you get a bunch of looks. So I've always felt like with Kendall Lusk that she gets moving, she gets going, but our size kind of always neutralizes that a little bit. And I'm really proud of these kids for sticking to a game plan. There's been a couple games this season where I had a game plan. Where were we? And I had a game plan, and I said, Charleston Catholic. We were kind of sitting back, and we weren't pressuring because we thought maybe we could keep them in front of us. And I said at halftime, I was like, get out of here. Let's go pressure, and let's get up in it. But, being able to play kids a certain way is a big deal for me, especially the day before the state championship, because we're going to have adjustments tomorrow for sure.
Third quarter run, I think 10-1 to start it out. What was kind of the adjustment there to get things going?
I don't know. I was pretty unhappy with our execution in the first half. I thought maybe some kids who coming off the bench didn't understand what I want to do. I want the ball to touch the paint against them. That's what we want. And yeah, we went 1 of 27, so even more reason to touch the paint a little bit more. But I think that happened a little bit. We were cutting, we were getting open shots. We just need to be able to hit one tomorrow or whatever. But at halftime, I think we continued with our defensive game plan, but I'm not sure what we did different offensively. I think we just started hitting some shots in the paint, and that's one of our keys was play inside out. So.
Coach, you referenced your 4 3-point shooting. They were over 12.
Mhm.
It seems like, when I guess most people consider them the underdog or whatever
Yeah.
they coming in, there's not really a formula for
Yeah.
them to be successful offensively.
Sure.
Hitting a 3-point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what has fueled us all year is the defensive intensity. Yes, sometimes you question how did they guard us, but when we're not hitting shots, we're able to guard most people. So it's a big deal whenever I can throw 4 or 5 kids off that bench to be able to guard the same way. It's nice to see that for sure. I like the second chance points too. 11-2. I thought we were able to finish a little bit better, and the bench outscored them 17-3. That's a big deal for me.
So what's your thoughts on Williamstown when it's tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, 2 similar teams. It looks like, right? Both play good hard man-to-man defense. We may have a little bit more size and length, but they are quick and they are, well coached. And I'm sure that he will have a thought about how to defend our offense. But, this is something that in November I tried to prepare them for, to play good defense and to be able to execute offensively. I don't know if last year in our state semifinal game we could do that, and it showed. So there is always that in the back of my mind, how do we execute offense? Because you got to make shots. You got to be able to hit something when it's crunch time. I feel like the preparation is there from our end. Let's just see if we can execute it.
Lydia and Maya, you guys, as a team, you were 25 offensive rebounds, 25 defensive rebounds. You had 11 second chance points against 2. Talk about just being able to crash those offensive boards and get second chance points when you're not shooting as well from the field.
Obviously we need to find other ways to get shots off, and just whenever you crash the boards on those shots that we aren't hitting, it creates way more like second chances, and we have a little bit more size on them, so me and Lydia get a jump a little bit, and we're gonna obviously get it, but just out hustling them, I feel like, on every ball and getting after it.
Yeah, I think we have a height advantage, so that helps a lot, obviously. But you got to use your body, obviously, because you're not going to be able to outjump everyone. But I think those rebounds really helped us a lot to get a lot of second chance shots.
Since the turn of the century, I think 23 or 24 of the state titles have featured the Region 3 team. You've been through it as a player. The teams, the names have changed. What do you feel like is kind of the common thread between all of them? Because you guys took it all from summer, Civic for you guys, and it just kind of goes to where Wyoming East is now back to you. So what do you feel like it's kind of been, just seeing both sides of it?
It's hard work. It definitely is. I got a group of kids who work really hard. When we're done with this, you give it a couple weeks, and then you're back in a gym or you're back in somewhere. In reflection of my group that worked together when we came through and played, we played all the time, and we worked very hard, and we, and we've talked about this before, we come from families that work, farm. My dad was a dairy farmer, and you saw that toughness, you saw that grit. These guys have seen, all of that too at home, and I think that reflects in how they choose to work hard, and I kind of, the blueprint is to be a good basketball team. It's going to be spring and summers, and it's a lot of work. And I think obviously Ryan knows that. Wayne Ryan knew that for sure. So I think it's just being able to translate that to these kids, that it's not going to be pick up a ball in November. It's got to be all year round, and they work their butts off, and they play all the time, and I enjoy coaching kids like that because they want to be better.
So when you played, the closest games you guys played during your first run were in the quarterfinal and the semifinal.
Mm-hmm.
And what wisdom can you impart upon the kids? I mean, you guys got on that
These are
for
hard
the first time
questions.
anymore.
Yeah.
What helped you back then?
They know the answer to that too. We were so confident. We were a very confident group of kids, and we thought we were the best. And I try to translate to them. You know, we've proven that we've been great all year. And when we prepared for this tournament, we didn't prepare to come up one at a time. I'm sorry, I'm just going to be honest. We prepared for a 3-day tournament, and that's my outlook as a player. That's my outlook as a coach. I want to convey that to them. That when I played, it was championship or bust, and it just stinks that I couldn't finish that that three-peat. But that's how I want them to view it, and that nothing's ever good enough than being here on Saturday. And hopefully tomorrow we get a little bit of rest, we get a game plan, and we start to think about that execution tonight. Get a good meal. Good gosh, you got to get the food in them.
What's on the menu?
Outback.
Steak.
The biggest steak.
The biggest steak. We're gonna haul it in from Monroe County. Let's bring it in.
No side of oranges?
Not now. We gotta save all our oranges for tomorrow.
Grayson, just talk about your involvement from the start of the season to now. I know, we've seen you in the gym. You're the first one in the gym during games. Just talk about your involvement.
I knew that what I was doing in the beginning of the season wasn't enough, and I needed to get better. And so I really just worked hard to get up to where I am now, and I feel good about it.
Grayson's probably one of my favorite kids to coach because I can just get on to her all the time. And she just looks at me, and she just goes on, and she moves on, and she learns, and she absorbs, and she knows, and she'll just shake her head, and she'll learn from it. And it's one of my favorite things about her, and I've said this many times, that she reminds me so much of myself that it's weird. I just need her to make more threes, and then we'll be more alike. But she definitely has put in the work defensively. That's the big thing. We knew Grayson could perform offensively, but when she started to decide to herself that she played defense, it was a different story.
Coach, you've been blessed to play 2 times.
Mhm.
Just talk about now you get to be a coach,
Yeah.
coaching for a state championship.
Yeah, it's a different feeling, obviously. You can take a deep breath. These kids are going to be able to take a deep breath. But I'm going to go work my butt off for probably 22 hours just to figure out anything or any advantage maybe that we can have. But it feels great. It does. Obviously, it's my first season, but these kids, everybody knew that this was a great team to start. It was a matter of making sure that they were there mentally, and I still wonder if we're there mentally. Some of us after the shooting performance today, but we will. They've been great all week, and I think that our leadership has stepped up a lot too, and Maya and Riley and Lizzie that are out off the court. Those kids have been great with everybody, and I enjoy seeing these kids shine. It is such a joy. This is the best time of their life. They have no idea until their 40-year-old has been coaching them, and it is the best time to be a high schooler, and it is probably the most enjoyable tournament you'll ever watch.
Any further questions? All right, Coach.
Hey, congratulations, you all. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Congratulations.
One question.
40-year-old has been, Boomer.
Coach,